Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for agreeing to do this interview with me.
You're welcome. What class is your interview for?
It's for my aging class.
Oh, awesome. Shall we get started then?
Yes. It must be nice that you're still living at home. Do you receive any informal care?
My daughter used to help me pretty much full-time, but she's also really busy with my grandchildren. I started noticing her becoming very burnt out and neglecting her own mental and physical well-being. That's when we made the joint decision for me to start receiving formal care for my basic daily activities such as cooking and cleaning.
Do you still see your daughter often?
She comes by the house about 3 times a week to help with other tasks, including taking me grocery shopping and for walks. She says that helping me makes her feel better, but I told her that she needs not to forget to look after herself. I don't want to feel like I'm being a burden on her.
That's good that you still see her often. Do you feel like you have many friends to support you as well?
Well, I had a lot of friends at one time, but unfortunately with my increasing old age many of them have passed away now. My doctor says it's important for me to get out and meet new people, as having a larger social network is better for my mental well-being. Without many friends I tend to get very lonely at times, so I've been trying to get to know some others in my community. Since making new friends I've actually felt a lot better. It's nice to feel like I have some support from others.
I think it's important to spend time with others. I can imagine it must get quite lonely living in this house by yourself otherwise. Have you ever thought about doing any volunteering?
Oh, yes. I love to volunteer.
That's awesome. Where do you volunteer?
My favorite place is the church down the street. About 6 months ago a couple of friends and I started going there once a week. We help the church give out food to the homeless community every Sunday.
Did you know that volunteering can be good for your health?
My doctor was the one who actually got me started volunteering. He mentioned that performing pro-social behaviors will increase my own psychological well-being. He even told me that volunteering can reduce my risk of mortality. Focusing on others really seems to have improved my relationships with others. I also feel like I can better manage my stress since volunteering at the church.
That's really good to hear. In general, how would you consider your mental health?
Oh, well, it's been better. I am starting to notice that I forget things more frequently than I have before, but this is not something I consider uncommon for someone my age.
Do you ever get worried about your memory?
It does get worrisome at times and causes me to get upset, especially when it seems what I'm trying to remember is right on the tip of my tongue.
Have you and your family seen a doctor regarding this forgetfulness?
Yes, unfortunately Alzheimer's disease runs in my family. I have been having an open dialogue with my family and my doctor about what Alzheimer's is and the progression of the disease. I like the idea of having a plan already set out, and of course we have a treatment picked so when the time comes my family can make the best decisions for me. It used to cause me anxiety to have no future plans and to leave all the hard decisions up to my daughter to make. I didn't want to interfere with her life even more than I already am.
Do you mind sharing with me what your plans are?
Of course not. I wish to stay home as long as possible, and that is why I currently use in-home formal care in combination with the informal care my daughter provides. We have established a simple and well-organized surrounding for me, and have even taken to identifying doors and drawers to make it easier for me to find items.
What will you do if you can no longer live at home?
I know one day it will become too hard for me to stay home, which is why my daughter and I have already picked a nearby residential care home for me to move into once I have a higher need of care. The care home I have picked has 24-hour supervision, and is meant for long-term care. The facility has a hospice care unit for when I am in need of it. This of course is still many years away, but I want to help my family transition through my aging years easily and with a minimum amount of stress and anxiety.
It sounds like you have made a very good plan. Has your doctor talked to you about treatments for Alzheimer's?
I currently take the prescription for memantine hydrochloride, but this is only to slow the progression of Alzheimer's and will not cure, but I hope one day for a future generation that there will be a cure.
Are you trying any treatments that aren't pharmacological?
Yes, a few. I have started using at-home aromatherapy when my daughter or carer is present. and I participate in music therapy classes and pet therapy classes which have been known to help slow the progression of Alzheimer's.
Have you noticed any changes occurring with your senses, as there are known to be several types associated with aging?
I've noticed my senses have become less shary, especially my eyesight and hearing. My eyesight is declining and I've been having a difficult time viewing objects, especially close ones, and my optometrist prescribed eyeglasses for me, so I normally wear them on a regular basis.
How is your hearing?
I experience some hearing loss. Many of the times I have to ask people to repeat themselves because they're talking too rapidly, and I can't understand them. I also suffer from a condition called tinnitus, which causes me to hear background noise. Many of the times it becomes very challenging for me to filter out the noise.
But your sense of taste is still relatively normal?
I have noticed my food doesn't taste the same as it did in my youth. I don't enjoy it as much anymore. My doctor told me that taste buds decrease in number and shrink. He also said that sensitivity to taste declines when one ages.
What your doctor told you sounds very familiar. I read any article that stated that the production of salvia decreases when one ages, which causes dryness of the mouth. That too may be altering your sense of taste.
I never heard that before, but it's interesting to hear some new facts.
I'm glad to teach you something new. I sure know I'm learning a lot. Should we take a little break?
That sounds great.